over 30 years ago, we started our company in a tin shed in Williston, North Carolina on a little body of water named Jarrett Bay. The evolution of seeing us come from that tin shed to building the most technologically advanced sport fishing boat ever produced, it's really hard for me to get my arms around. And through the entire history of our company, every single boat has been different. It's had its own signature. It's had its own challenges. It's taught us something. I mean, no boat we ever built didn't make us better. Well, the 90 just kind of stepped the game up a little bit.
The owner put it to us in pretty definitive terms. He just wanted to build the absolute finest sport fisherman ever built. That was it.
You have this customer that's willing to do anything to build the best.
To start thinking about a 90-foot boat that would perform as much as 8 or 9 knots faster than our closest competition is a pretty aggressive goal right at the start. In order to accomplish what we did here, we had to think about everything from propulsion engineering to composite engineering to how this boat was going to react in the ocean.
We studied the drivetrain, the propellers, waveform rudders, and waveform struts. The tunnels that we build have been tank tested and designed to optimize the water coming to the propeller and then the water leaving the propeller.
Any kind of drag minimalization that we can on the appendages of the hull that can equate to 1/4 of a knot, sometimes 1/10 of a knot.
It was absolutely impossible to achieve the performance goal that we had with the given amount of horsepower available. So once the horsepower was established, the only way to achieve more performance is to eliminate weight.
So every decision you made had to include weight as one of the questions that you asked.
Every aspect of every component you put in, even weighing cabinets once they were built, to ensure that you're meeting those weight targets.
It looks like any other sport fishing boat, but the fact of the matter is most of what you're seeing is built of some combination of core and carbon.
Everything from carbon fiber stringers to carbon fiber toilets.
Every bulkhead structurally coming up, the cabin, decks, the bridge, all the components of the bridge, even interior components down to things like stairwells.
The floors, the cockpit, the cabinets, the doors.
We went from lightweight stone throughout the boat to Nomex drawers, which were 1/4 the weight of a standard drawer.
We worked with infused panels that had specialized tabbing schedules that all came spec to us from engineering. And what you get out of the infusion is you get a matrix that has a higher fiber to resin ratio. So it gives you a lighter structure to get that same surface strength.
We used all titanium shafts, but it had very substantial weight savings to the tune of roughly 1,500 pounds compared to conventional shafts.
It was a lot of components to try to achieve that weight. Ultimately, we feel like we met the goal or even did better than the goal.
We're probably 40 to 50,000 pounds lighter than any other boat in the class.
The owner wanted to implement and utilize as many things that met ABS requirements as possible. So structural integrity, a lot of the hatches and components throughout the vessel.
In order to achieve more fuel capacity, we decided to build integral tanks. So they're formed in place on the hull structure. Adhering to the ABS guidelines, the bottom of the tank is actually infused with additional carbon layers designed so that the tank itself is as strong as the hull bottom.
We were able to save an extreme amount of weight, which turned into a very, very fast vessel, all while maintaining our typical Jarrett Bay standards.
When you glance at this boat, it looks like a typical, beautiful North Carolina boat who found its roots 50 years ago along the North Carolina coast. But when you dig a little deeper, you find a boat that's got systems not only capable of making its own water, of having 4,400 gallons of fuel, that's got joiner work finer than any custom home, but you find one that goes through the ocean at almost 50 miles an hour. The most impressive thing about the 90s, we broke every barrier that's ever been put up. We changed the way boat building is done and will be done from now on.
Eyes wide open, darkness closing, just stay focused, I'm not folding. I'll upset you, cause I'm just too dangerous. I'm dangerous. Let's be honest, this ain't no contest. Take those comments and form my concept. From the get-go, I just get so dangerous, so dangerous. Yeah, two equal sides don't equal ties. Yo, I came to equalize, let's energize. Basic math plus minus equals times. Pop says crazy watching the sequel shine. Last man standing, tell him I seek my prize. Challenge unwise, step in the ring, you die. I remember what it's like to be you guys, letting people take all the truth and feed you lies. Thriller, you decide, do or die. Who defied the king? That's suicide, you denied. You can hide for now, but soon I'ma move aside where you reside. Don't close your eyes, I'll leave you deprived of every little thing that you work for. Getting every single thing that I work towards. Can't forget about the days we was dirt poor. Me and you in the same game, but I'm worth it. Don't fall asleep, I don't forget, so don't fall asleep.